Hello and welcome. Welcome to Quilt Conversations Live. I'm Geraldine Wilkins, the Living Water Quilter. It's so good to be with you, ladies. Hello, Lori. Hello, Marcia. And who else is here? Maureen. Welcome. Maureen from Ohio. Welcome. So glad that you're here. And did I see that Rochelle is here? Some of my favorite people are here tonight. Hello, Marcia. How are you? What have you ladies been up to? Have you been sewing, quilting? Are you getting ready for the holidays? What are you up to? Let us know in the chat if you finished a project. Did you finish anything? Did you finish a table runner, a quilt, a tote bag? What are you working on? Or maybe you haven't had time to sew. Maybe you are doing other things. We'd like to know, what are you up to? And hello, Wilda. So glad that you're here. All my favorite people are here tonight. Well, as you know, I've been busy. I have been busy actually working on five different classes. Well, technically, two are the same, but that class is in person and it is virtual. And speaking of virtual, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about virtual quilting classes. Hello, Lois. So glad that you're here. Haven't been here for a while. We're glad that you're back visiting with us. Welcome. So, Jacqueline says that she just finished a quilt and a quilt hug for a gift. Now, what is a quilted hug? I don't think I've heard of that. Sounds interesting. Let's see, what else? Wilda says she's halfway through a Christmas apron. I like that. Is that for you or is that a gift for a special friend? Hint, hint. Well, I don't like to cook, so an apron may not be a good gift for me. I don't know. Maybe I might change if I had an apron. Maybe it's for your sister. So I've been working on virtual classes. And so I thought maybe we could have a conversation about virtual quilting classes and what does that look like. I know that since COVID happened and we all were forced to stay home and to work with quilting with friends and community and guilds via Zoom meetings or some virtual internet based meeting, we've all kind of adopted to learning via video and not just watching, but participating because a lot of us watch YouTube videos and other types of videos. And it's not that virtual learning is new, it's not new. It could be that some of us did a virtual class every now and then. Years ago, I signed up for Craftsy. How many of you have taken virtual classes with Craftsies? All pre recorded video, right? So Jacqueline says a quilted hug is from the video. Ah, it's a YouTube quilted hug project. That sounds interesting. I think I'll have to check that out. Marcia says she's redoing the place for the holidays. All right, that means a lot of decorating. That sounds beautiful, Marcia. Oh, Wilder says the apron is for her. Well, Wilder, I need to see it finished and modeled in a photo. I want to see a photo when you're done. Rochelle says she's designing her daughter's 30th birthday quilt. Wow. And she loves optical illusion quilts. That sounds wonderful. What colorway? What's her favorite color? What colors are you going to use for it? That sounds very interesting. Let's see. So Lori says that she embroidered 14 aprons for a teachers group so we could be the chefs. Oh, okay. That should be very interesting. Ratatouille, I think that's called. So, anyway, sounds like you ladies are all very busy working on different projects. Hello, Linda. I'm sorry, I forgot to say hi to you. I'm so glad that you're here working on two baby quilts for twin boys. Are they going to be exactly the same, the quilts, or are they going to be a little bit different? That's interesting when you're making quilts for twins. So, the virtual classes. How many of you have watched pre recorded videos? I know some of you have watched virtual classes with pre recorded videos because you've taken my classes, you're in some of my classes. How do you compare virtual pre recorded video learning with in person learning? What do you like about in person learning? And what do you like about pre recorded virtual learning? Yes, they are different. Okay, the quilts are different. They that way they'll it know them from one from another, right? So Rochelle says about her daughter's birthday quilt. She's an artist, so I'm using crumb blocks I've made through her color study. Oh, that sounds great, Rochelle. I can't wait to see it. I know you can't post it until after it's gifted, but I would love to see it when you post it on your Facebook page. So Lois says that she is starting a bag for her daughter. Wonderful. And I'm glad you're feeling better, Lois, that you are doing much better. That's wonderful. I'm glad. Tomorrow, Jacqueline is taking her first virtual class. All right. But I love a video that I can pause and resume. That is a distinction. In person, you need to pay attention, you need to watch the demo, but you do have direct access to the teacher. But with recorded video, you are watching the demo, listening to the lesson, and then if you miss something, you rewind and go over that area again. I like that with pre recorded video. What else do you like about doing a video based pre recorded class? I like being in my home studio. I don't have to bring my machine, gather supplies, everything is there. And I can work in my PJs if I so choose, right? So, what else? Hey, Eileen, how are you? So glad that you're here. So, I did a little bit of research. You know me, I love to do research. If you don't know that by now, Rochelle says she's the introvert, so she always likes pre recorded video. So, with virtual, let's take a look at this little list here I have. Virtual learning. So, we've talked about recorded video and the options that we have with rewinding, watching it over and over. And if we go through the whole project, if it's a course that's a project, then you can go back to that and make the project again 6 months later, a year later. You always can go back. And some of these videos have sections in the curriculum. So if you only want to review one section because the instructor gave a fantastic tip that you want to use on another project, that's fantastic. It's a good resource. It becomes your library, your quilting teaching library, right? Of classes, which I love that, being able to go back and it's all in one place. What else do you like about recorded video learning, virtual learning? Let's see. Let's look at some of my research here. It says that when a pre recorded video virtual class has interaction with an instructor via a chat, that's a good bonus to have, right? Meaning you can watch the video and you can ask questions of the instructor. I think that's a bonus. The replay, you can also go at your own pace. Sometimes the in person classes, they're 3 hours, they're 6 hours, they're 4 hours. and they're mixed with students of all skill levels, and the teacher has to create a certain pace, right? Sometimes that pace is too slow for you, or sometimes it's too fast. Marsha says she loves the live. Awesome. Eileen says, I'm only sometimes good doing a course if I have accountability. Yes. Like in person classes, I have to be super motivated to even start a virtual class. That is such a good point. Pre recorded videos do require our participation. We have to put it on our calendar when it's an in person event with a specific date and time to show up. It's more likely that we will do it. How many of you, not just quilting classes, but anything that you have that's a sign in whenever you want virtual class, do you delay? Do you say, oh, I'll get to it next month, next week? And then all of a sudden it's 6 months later and you never open the class. I'll be the first to raise my hand. I purchased a course, a business course, and I had a year to go through the material, which I thought, woohoo, plenty of time. But guess what? The last 30 days is when I took the class. Why did I wait so long? That doesn't make any sense, but we do that, right? So that's such a good point. Hey, I'm so glad that you caught the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Lori says, let's see. No, there goes Terry. Terry says pre-recorded video allows me to go back to watch the replay, excuse me, when I need to review something. I find it very helpful. So do I. So do I. So there is a combination that we can also have. We have recorded video, we have live video. What about learning via video, but it's a live video like we're doing now? I mostly do lectures. We have conversations virtually. This is a live video, right? And you've learned some tips through Quilt Conversations Live. It just so happens that it's on platforms that allow you to watch the replay, but in some instances, live video could mean we only have one opportunity to watch it. If you attend a live video class, do you prefer to have a replay of the class that you can go back to? And if so, do you want unlimited replay or a time certain? I think having a time certain forces us to do what Eileen has a problem with of not actually doing the work. Whoops, there was a little gnat, excuse me. When educators or teachers say there's a replay available for a time certain, that is to encourage you to go back and to relearn or reinforce what you've learned. Oh, wow. That is amazing. Thank you for the super chat. That is just awesome. Thank you. Thank you. If you're unfamiliar with super chat on YouTube, when you are in a live session, someone can give you a, let's see, I don't want to call it a donation. It's a way to support the creator. It's the way to support the channel to help them keep doing what they're doing. So thank you, FTF, for the super chat. That is amazing. Thank you. So Rochelle says, I definitely need the ability to replay. Replay is important. If you know that when it's unlimited, it's likely that you'll never watch it because you always think it's available. Maybe having a replay of 6 weeks, 1 week, 1 month is better because you know time is going to run out. So it will force you to actually reinforce what you learned when it was live. Marcia says the recorded videos are good to come back to. Exactly. Hello, Ernestine. Yay. So glad that you're here from Indiana. Welcome. Ah, that's a good point, Eileen. LinkedIn Learning. If you ladies have not heard of LinkedIn Learning, you must go and check it out. LinkedIn Learning, Eileen says it's a recorded instruction and they have a variety of topics. Variety of topics. It's great for working through real world problems. That's true. With a deadline, like a paid client. Yes, exactly. LinkedIn Learning is fantastic for adults, for children. It has multiple topics, like I said. And here's a little tip. If you're paying attention, let me know you're paying attention. If you are a member of your local library, some libraries have subscriptions to LinkedIn Learning for their community. So you can go to your local library, go to their website, look for virtual learning or digital learning, look for virtual classes, and you will find classes that are from LinkedIn Learning. Yes, Jacqueline says replay is good for a few weeks. Ah, Terry says, I prefer forever access. I do watch video tutorials I pay for. Sometimes the tutorials could be applicable to another project at a later date. Very true. Very true. So, what else is there in terms of virtual learning? We can go through our library, which is free. We can go to free YouTube videos for virtual learning. We can go to paid subscriptions for virtual learning. We can also have virtual learning through platforms like Zoom and Meets for instructors like myself who want to teach virtually in a private setting. And so what could that look like? Sometimes it's called a hybrid video learning. Who thinks they know what hybrid video learning is? Who knows what that is? What is hybrid video learning? I also like that we can get really good close-up shots with video learning. Modern cameras these days can really get in close and you can really see the detail of what someone is doing. Oh, Marsha, good question. I'm not doing the buy me a coffee. Instead, I'm using Super Chats, which is on the YouTube channel. Let me go see where that is. Super Chat. I think it's right next to the chat window. You'll see chat and then a little $sign. That is the Super Chat. That I'm doing that instead of buy me a coffee. So hopefully that helps you. What about hybrid video? I don't see I have a response yet as to what would hybrid video learning be. So if we have pre-recorded video and we have live video, do you think that we could do both of those together? Yes, we can. We can combine pre-recorded video with live video in one virtual learning class. And why am I talking about all this? That is because, as you know, I teach in person. I teach with pre-recorded video, my online classes. But one thing I've been wanting to do more of is to create virtual live hybrid learning classes. And guess what? The first one is tomorrow. The first one is tomorrow, and it's the Snowflake Wonderland class. I'm going to do more of these, and my hope is to do at least one hybrid, meaning live video in Zoom with pre recorded video once a month, one topic, ruler quilting or free motion quilting. And so I want to know if you like the idea of hybrid, where I have some pre recorded videos that are demos, which I will talk over like I do in my online classes, but I'm doing it live. So that means we can pause the video, we can talk about what's happening, but I will also incorporate live demos. Having the pre recorded video helps us do what? Just like when you go to a virtual class and it gives you a replay of the class, and you like to go back, like Terry said, and Rochelle says to replay it. When we have a pre recorded video that the instructor is talking over, we can pause the video at a point where you have a question in a live hybrid class, but we can also go back. We can replay it. When a situation is live, and say I'm stitching live, you can't really replay the live during the live, if that makes sense, right? But with a pre-recorded video where you see me do a step over and over and we can have a conversation, a live conversation, I think that is a huge benefit. It's also good to have the live section. So in my virtual classes that I am starting to put together for you is to create hybrid learning, where you get live demos, live conversation, but you also get pre-recorded videos that we can replay and have a conversation about as we're learning the technique, as we're working on the project. How does that sound to you? All right. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you, Lois. Yeah, they are a great way of learning. And I have been working on a fantastic setup, which, again, tomorrow is the first class. Tomorrow's the first class, but guess what, ladies? I know some of you want to take these virtual classes, but the dates don't work, or the time doesn't work, or it conflicts with your schedule. So once you are interested in any of the virtual classes, sign up on the interest list. When you sign up on the interest list, if you can't make the first Snowflake Wonderland class, which is tomorrow, I'm going to have that class again. And when I announce the second time and a new date, you can see if that one works for your schedule. So if you remain on the interest list for classes that you're interested in taking, when a date and time comes up that works for you, you can sign up. So don't feel like you're going to miss out if you can't attend tomorrow's Snowflake Wonderland. I will have the class again. So, how does that sound to you? Does that sound like another good way to learn live, hybrid, virtual learning, hybrid video, live video with recorded video? My virtual classes for now have a 1 week replay to reinforce the learning. You have 1 week to rewatch it. It depends on how you ladies respond. If I make it longer, we'll see. For now, it's 1 week because I want you to reinforce it. All right. Eileen says I would try it. Awesome. Fantastic. And they're 4 hours long. And my preference is not to have a big class. I prefer a smaller, intimate class so that we can really have time together to answer questions, to watch demos, for you to get a chance to actually practice and show me what you're doing, which is a difference with the online class, depending upon the pre-recorded virtual classes that you're taking. In my virtual classes, my online pre-recorded, you can take a photo and send it to me and then type a question or make a comment in the course. In a hybrid, you can stitch it, you can show it, and you can ask questions in real time as you're doing it, which I think is a fantastic learning benefit. As an example, let me show you the live camera that I have set up at my machine, which I'm going to use for my virtual hybrid classes. I don't know why I get a gnat when I go live. Why does that happen? It's like, oh, she's live. Let's go annoy her. Oh boy. So let's go to that camera. I'm going to switch over to my camera. This is live. I'm going to get up and go over to my machine, which I'm going to do tomorrow. And this is a sneak peek of the next virtual hybrid class. This is the improv ruler quilting class, which I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so I am back. Isn't that a fantastic angle to have for a live class? You're getting a close up view of the demo. Yeah, the hybrid will be really good. Now my machine just went to sleep, so that's why the light went off. It has this energy saving thing. I'll be right back. So yeah, I love the idea of a hybrid where we have recorded video and we have live demos, close up view. And then I also have an overhead camera. My overhead camera will allow me to show you at my table what you've seen before. So 3 cameras are working in my hybrid. The camera that shows me, camera that shows anything that I want to show you, like a quilt sample or something, and then, of course, my machine. All live, hybrid. So, tomorrow's class, for those of you who are joining, it's going to be so much fun. I have really been working hard on that, and I can't wait to get started with helping you with the snowflake template. It's going to be so much fun. Not only are we going to do beautiful designs like this, we're going to work on block designs. We're going to work on border designs. All easy peasy. And I know you're probably saying, well, Dina, it's easy for you. Well, I'm going to show you tomorrow how easy, step by step. All my classes are step by step. We build up and make sure those of you who are going to be here tomorrow that you are ready. And this is the other thing that I thought was important for the virtual classes. And tell me, ladies, if you like this idea. Because I am creating a system or format live with you on how the hybrid virtual classes will be structured. And one thing I thought was important was to have you do some recorded video tutorials, and one is setting up your machine. I want you to come to the class ready. Your machine is set up, it's been cleaned, it's been oiled, you have the right foot, everything you've tested the tension, everything is working so that we can dive quickly into learning the technique, whether it's free motion quilting or ruler quilting or a project that we're working on with some of those techniques. So included in the virtual hybrid classes is a 30-minute tutorial on how to set up your machine for success. So for tomorrow's class, ladies have already watched a 30-minute video on how to set up their machine for ruler quilting success. Plus, we went over tension, we went over skip stitches, we went over breaking thread, and we also did tension, breaking thread, skip stitches, and eyelashes. We went through all of that so that you are ready. Oh, thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. So Eileen says, is it too late to join tomorrow if I can get the template? Let's see. Eileen, the template, I don't have it. You could still attend and order the template and then watch the replay. That would be totally up to you. If you decide to do that, to come and watch the replay, I will extend the replay time so that you have an opportunity to watch it once you have the template in hand. You let me know, send me a message if you want to join. It starts at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. It's 12 to 4 p.m., 4 hours. You will still learn. You will still learn even though you don't have the template. That is up to you. You can make the choice. You wouldn't get the template in time, but you could still learn, and then I'll extend the replay time for you. Hey, Madonna, how are you? So glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. So that's included. Getting back to the hybrid classes, all of them are going to include setting up your machine so that when you are in class, you're not focused on machine problems. Instead, you have already figured that out before class, because I give you included is a 30-minute lesson on machine setup, tension, skip stitches, eyelashes, thread breaking, and then of course there's other content that I give you in it. All you have to do is go to the link that I put in the chat for my website, and you'll see the list of things that are included in the virtual class. Okay, you will wait till next time. Sounds good. Oh, the template is available at local shops. Absolutely. It's a Sew Steady snowflake template. Sew Steady by Westerly Design snowflake template. Yes, the virtual classes will be available for replay for 1 week after the class. 1 week after. So here's another design that they're going to learn tomorrow. This is so fun. I love this design, and it looks complicated, but it is not. I break it down for you. It is easy peasy. Once you learn the ruler quilting techniques, I show you how to do this. This is so fun. So fun. We are going to learn how we can now not only add free motion quilting, but also how to add other templates, combine them. So these are fantastic virtual classes. And actually, I can do a little bit more in these classes because I have the pre-recorded video, because I'm in my home studio, and I can show you more that I can't show you in an in-person class. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to get started with you ladies tomorrow. But what is coming up? You saw a little sneak peek. Like I said, I want to do one virtual class a month, hybrid virtual, meaning recorded video and live. The next one is improv, because many of you have been watching my videos on social media and you've commented, oh, I love this, I love that. And the improv, let's see. So maybe next time, Lois, you'll be able to join us. hopefully next time. Like I said, once I create the virtual class and I know ladies like it, I will offer the class again. I will give new dates. So the best thing to do is to sign up for the specific email list for that virtual class. So every time I relaunch the class with a new date, you get an email specific to that class. That's how you know when it's available and when registration will open. So the same thing with the improv class, which I wanted to show you this one. Remember we talked about this last week? Let's see, something is happening with the YouTube channel. It's spinning on my side. Are you ladies still able to see? Let's see, is it still going on? Yes, it's still going on Facebook, but YouTube, it is spinning. That's unusual. Let me know in the chat if the ladies on YouTube can still see the live stream. I'm watching on my laptop, and for some reason, I don't see it on YouTube. Okay, Lori can see it. I don't know why mine doesn't want to show. As long as you ladies can see, that's what matters. So this is a class, the improv ruler quilting. It's to break the structure, to break the rules with straight line acrylic ruler quilting and create some fun designs. You still need to learn the rules, but then I show you how to break them and how to do it creatively. And we start slowly. And the ladies who are going on the cruise are going to benefit from learning this the first time around because it's a opportunity to have fun. Okay, Lori, thank you. So Glenn is asking, why are they only available for 1 week after? I may not get the total concept and would like the opportunity to replay for further use. That's a good question. Every virtual learning opportunity is different. When you come to an in-person class, you watch the in-person, like those who were at the Pennsylvania National Quilt Extravaganza with me in September, and those who came to my classes in Paducah, Kentucky at Quilt Week. They were in a 3-hour class or a 6-hour class, and when the class was done, it was done. There was no replay. So I offer several learning opportunities. You can learn in person, no replay. You can learn with pre-recorded video where you get to watch that class over and over again. I have several of those on my website. You can sign up for straight line acrylic ruler quilting with my Lydia tote bag, and you get to watch that over and over again. You can sign up for Ruler Quilter Star over and over. Those are pre-recorded videos. My hybrid virtual learning, it's 1 week replay. That's how I'm doing it. Now, I am teaching also virtual Zoom hybrid courses with Quilt Fest in January. And the way they do it, their virtual hybrid classes taught over Zoom, no replay at all, and they are 3 hours. My virtual class hybrid is 4 hours with 1 week replay. That's how it's structured. You choose which of those formats, in person, pre-recorded, virtual, hybrid, that works for you. That's all up to each individual person. So on the cruise, they're going to learn the improv quilting, some semi-structure. This is one. We talked about how we're going to slowly dismantle that structure. And so I thought, why not offer this as a virtual class? And so remember, 1 virtual class a month. So for November, I'm offering the improv virtual class. The improv virtual class, you're going to learn all these different techniques about how to quilt improv with some structure. The Quilt Fest in January is a virtual class, Lori, and I'll talk about those classes in a minute. I'll let everyone know if you haven't heard about that. I'll talk more about it. This one is on the cruise in person, but now the improv is offered virtually. We're going to learn how to do fun designs like this, which many of you have seen already on social media. Oh, no worries, Lori. No worries. I'm just glad that you asked because if you don't remember, then others don't remember. So it's good to know that I need to repeat it. We're also going to learn fun designs like this. How do you start a improv? This is all improvisational quilting. And I'm showing you how to break the rules, how to have fun breaking the rules. If you're a rule breaker, you're going to have fun in this improv class. Here is another way that we can break the rules and create multiple designs in one improv quilting. Straight lines with another shape, a circle. We're going to learn this in the improv class, and that is November 23rd. It's the week I get back from the cruise. I said, I'm not going to wait because I know some ladies want to take this class, and we already have signups. You like this one? I think this one is fun. This is the back, actually, which I think is a good lesson because the straight line improv blends, the thread blends in with the fabric, and then the circles create another dimension. Very cool. I'm glad that you like it. It is fun. So that's the back based on this very light red fabric. But here's the front. This is the front of the same thing. This is the purple on the front and that beautiful pale red in the back. All improv quilting. So we're going to learn these techniques in the improv class. If that is something that you want to get on the list for, get out your cell phones or go to my website and get on the list. So whenever I release the next open registration, you can sign up. So you can sign up. Let me cover this one here. There we go. Using the QR code, and that says November 22nd, but it's actually November 23rd. November 23rd. Let me see if I can change that. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. 23rd. Yep, there we go. Change it in real time. I am a beginner. I really appreciate your videos. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that you do. Thank you for coming and watching. This is a beginner-friendly class. The whole idea of the improv is for me to teach you the basics of straight line acrylic ruler quilting to help you get started with ruler quilting, and then show you how you can still have fun by breaking the rules, that you can still do acrylic ruler quilting and create designs that are fun to stitch. All right, so hopefully this is helping you understand about how we can learn through virtual learning. We can use recorded video, which is online courses where you get to watch the video over and over again with other benefits like having a private chat with the instructor. You can attend a class where it's live video and you just watch the class at that time. There's no replay, or maybe they offer a replay. Every platform is different, or you can attend a hybrid, which is the model that I want to create for my virtual learning classes, where you get live and recorded video demos and learning in a live Zoom setting. So Rochelle says, let's see, that I use most of the classes I can rewatch as a resource. That's fantastic. because she can't, I can't retain anything but water. You're so funny. So, Lori mentioned, and I'm so glad that she did. Let me close that off. Quilt Fest. What is Quilt Fest? I'm teaching at Quilt Fest Virtual Schoolhouse number 10. Two classes. What are those classes? The classes are, let's see, Peaceful Portrait. Peaceful Portrait is another class that is on the cruise that many ladies who are not going on the cruise said they wanted to take. So I thought, why not make this a virtual class with Quilt Fest? And so that's coming up in January. And the second one is a free motion quilting class. It's spirals with a twist. Learn several different spiral designs and then learn how to put them in a quilt. We're going to go over both things, spiral designs, and then how to place it in a quilt. What does that look like? Again, because it's a virtual hybrid, we're going to use some pre-recorded video. We're going to use some live video demonstrations, and you already saw how I have my camera set up for my machine. So Glenn asked a good question, and I'll get right back to that question, Glenn, about the improv class. We're also going to go over decorative stitching. So the peaceful portrait helps us to look at how we can use decorative stitching in our quilting, how to use designs that sometimes we don't even think about that are already on our machines. We're going to go over how to stitch free motion quilted faces, and we're going to learn some hand stitching. This is all over a hybrid, meaning live video and pre-recorded video. It's a virtual class. It's 3 hours. 3 hours. And I can't wait to get started with that. It's in January. The other class during the same week is the spirals with a twist. And the spirals with the twist is partly learning the rules of spirals and then breaking the rules. And this is an example. This is breaking how to make a spiral rule. How do we make a spiral? We go in a certain direction and we come out the same way. In this case, I break the rule. I don't come out the same way I came in. Instead, I cross over the spirals. And then I connect those spirals with straight lines. So this is just one of several designs that you're going to learn in the class. You're also going to learn designs like this, spirals in a square, how to stitch that for background fill. We're going to learn how to stitch spirals that look like clams. So many designs, fun designs. And then we're going to pick one. We're going to pick one that we're going to put in the Radiant Star quilt. It's going to be a fantastic class. Free motion quilting and how to put designs in a quilt. Here's a close-up shot of spirals inside this quilt. Okay, so those are the two classes, virtual classes through Quilt Fest. And Glenn asked a question about the improv class, which is a Living Water Quilter virtual class that's November 23rd. With the improv, is it possible to create designs on a larger piece? I'm concerned with moving the quilt through the throat. Now, this is such a good question. Because I teach technique classes, we do not work on a large piece because the first order of business is to learn the technique. Once you learn how to quilt the improv techniques that I share, then you take those techniques to a bigger quilt. We work from small to medium to large projects when we work with and learn a new technique. If you haven't used ruler quilting before, if you're still learning how to maneuver a ruler, that's the first thing you want to learn how to do. Once you learn how to do that, then you adapt it to managing it in a quilt. So the free motion quilting class with Spirals with the Twist, although we're learning free motion quilting patterns and then how to put that design in a quilt, we're not going to quilt the big quilt, but we're going to talk about and create a plan for quilting it. So that's another step. We learn the technique, we learn how to create a quilting plan, and then we learn how to execute the plan. Oh, thank you. You like those spirals. They are beautiful designs. So hopefully, Glenn, that helped you with that. Managing a quilt under a machine is another class in and of itself. But I teach first the technique, how to do improv quilting. And I'm using improv quilting to help those who have never quilted with an acrylic ruler to get started. With its less rules and just more getting comfortable with managing a acrylic ruler under your machine. And the best way to do that is to do it with a small piece. And once you know exactly how to do it, then you can start moving into bigger pieces. So, ladies, virtual learning, it's definitely a big option and a good opportunity to expand our quilting knowledge and our technique. Find the type that works for you. Sometimes we might think, well, I don't think I could learn over Zoom. I was one of those teachers that thought, can I really teach over Zoom? I really like to see what the students are doing. We need to adapt and find different ways and get the benefits of that learning type, learning model. I'm not sure what to call it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm adapting because I know that there are ladies who have said to me, I can't make it to Pennsylvania to take a class with you in person. A lot of you can't make it to my shows. Paducah, I was in Grand Rapids a couple of years ago. I was in Atlanta. I'm in various places in the US, but many times you can't get there. That's the distance, the cost of travel, airfare, hotels, etc., make it difficult to get to an in-person event. So what do we have to do? We have to find another way to learn. Virtual learning closes the distance. It closes the distance so that you can still learn. Yes, it's not ideal, but when is it ever ideal, right? There's always some kind of challenge. Find out which virtual learning type works for you if you cannot make an event in person. Ladies, thank you so much for being here for another Quilt Conversations Live. I'm so glad that you came and we had this discussion about virtual learning. And I am open to your suggestions for my hybrid virtual because I want to create an environment that really works for everyone. And me as a teacher and what it takes to create a virtual class and all that's involved, all of that won't always allow me to do exactly what you want, but I do want your input. You are welcome. I'm so glad that we had this conversation because this is something that I'm adding to my list of resources for you ladies. In person, pre recorded videos, which are my online courses, and virtual. And I'd like to do one virtual a month. One a month. So this month it's the snowflake template. That's tomorrow. See you ladies tomorrow who are coming. Can't wait to be with you. We're going to have fun. And next month, November, is going to be the improv ruler quilting. Improv ruler quilting. You are welcome, Rochelle. You're welcome, Linda. Yay, I got a chance to meet Linda in person finally. Yay, we met at the Pennsylvania show. It was fantastic. Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. I try to be thorough. And that I hope the difference in my virtual classes, my virtual learning classes is that I give you not just the class itself, learning improv. There's going to be supportive video tutorials inside that will be yours forever. As long as my website is up, that's what forever means. As long as the website is up, it's yours. So they're going to have tutorials on a ruler foot. What does it mean? How to install it? Tutorials on other tools. These are included in the virtual classes because I want you to have access to the learning for those necessary tools to help you win at acrylic ruler quilting and free motion quilting. The how to set up your machine for free motion quilting or acrylic ruler quilting when you take the virtual class, those remain yours. You can watch those over and over again. They're yours to keep because I want you to be able to set up your machine whether you're taking a class with me or someone else. It's yours. Watch it as many times as you want, including the tips on tension, skip stitches, thread breaking. That video becomes yours. So you get all these other resources in addition to the actual class where you're learning a specific technique. So you get a lot in my classes. Well, ladies, I'll see you next time for another Quilt Conversations live, or I'll see those tomorrow for the Snowflake class. The next time that we meet, what is the next time? Because the schedule is a little bit different because I am doing some teaching and traveling. There are some changes. When is the next one? Let me see. I'll go on my website. I did put the schedule out. The next one is November 22nd. So we're on schedule for November. December, there's only going to be one Quilt Conversations live. It's December 20th. And then after that, we'll meet for the new year, January 3rd. So for the rest of the year, we have November 22nd and December 20th. So 2 more Quilt Conversations live coming up. You are welcome. Thank you, Lori. November 22nd. Thank you. And so the next day, November 23rd, is the improv class. So send me an email if you have any questions. If you are joining us for the first time and you didn't join the chat next time. Say hello. We'd love for you to participate in our conversation. If you're new to the YouTube channel or Facebook page, follow me on social media. Join the Facebook page. You just follow. Also, Instagram and on YouTube, become a subscriber and hit the notification bell. And most of all, you can support any creator, anyone that takes time to come live, share a video, record a video, post on any social media. All you have to do is like it. That helps them. So like the video, give it a thumbs up, and then share it. Share it with friends. Don't keep it a secret. If you enjoyed and you learned something from any video, share it, like it. Let the creator know. Thank you, Lois. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Good to have you back. All right, ladies, I'll see you next time for another Quilt Conversations live.